Hey everybody, Explore with Teo here. I'm at the Marty McFly house from Back to the Future. Today's the big day, October 21st. It's 2023, but today we're not going to really go in chronological order of the Back to the Future locations. We're going to just kind of drive around LA and look at some film locations, but we're going to start where it all started, and that's Marty McFly's house. Got some of the people that actually live in the house and live next door to the McFly house, talking with movie fans, reminiscing about the old days of Back to the Future. People traveling from far and wide, but these guys are locals, to pay homage to Back to the Future. Now today I'm not going to go chronologically through every single location here in LA because there's a bunch, and some places are closing early, and some places are schools, and some places are malls. So I'm just going to go to a few locations here and there, and just try to bring you a little bit of the holiday, I guess you would say. That's what we call it, holiday. It's not a real official holiday, but you know.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Where we're going, we don't need roads. Yes, this is that street. The DeLorean will be going up there, coming right back towards me, and flying off to the sequel. Now when Doc pulls up, there'd have been some trash cans sitting around here. He pulls up with the DeLorean, has the Mr. Fusion to add fuel. He pulls up right around here where my shadow's at, in this driveway. You kind of line it up with some of the houses in the background, but we don't need any reference. We know this is the house. This is where the trash cans would have been, where he put the banana peel and a couple other things like some beer, and then Mr. Fusion. And here's where Jennifer and Marty would have been facing towards me in the camera. You can see the address on the left-hand side when Doc's talking to them, but this is about where it would be, where they'd be standing.
What happens to us in the future? Will we become assholes or something?
I actually just spoke to an old lady that lived next to the McFly house. She was 80 years old, this lady. She came out and handed me and a couple other fans who were taking photos out in front this piece of paper. These are photos that she took when they were filming the movie. Even has her granddaughter down here being held by Michael J. Fox. I just thought that was so kind that she came out and had a conversation with us. You know, not every single filming location welcomes fans, so it is always nice when they do come out and welcome people that love the movies and talk with them, have conversations with them, and allow them to reminisce and kind of give their own stories and their own accounts of when they filmed the movie here in this location or locations. But if you're ever stopping by the McFly house, always be really kind to the people that live in the house. They're very nice, and then maybe the neighbors might come out and talk to you too. But it seems like a pretty cool location for those that do live in this neighborhood. They are very welcoming, and just be kind of respectful to those that live in these locations. Here at the Puente Hills Mall, I'm going inside to show you guys what's left, at least, of this mall, of the Back to the Future sign. The Twin Pines Mall, or the Lone Pine Mall. You walk in here, you can definitely tell this is an empty mall. A shadow of its former self. But I come in here to see a piece of Back to the Future history. But look at this place. You know, back in the 2000s, the 90s, maybe 80s, I don't know how long this mall's been here, but it probably would have been jam-packed. A place on the weekends where people used to spend their time seeing friends, going to the arcade, going to the movies. It's pretty empty. But there it is. The Twin Pines Mall sign that used to be out front of the Puente Hills Mall, where they started Back to the Future. It's actually pretty crazy to see that it's just by itself in this lonely, lonely mall. I'm about to go outside and line up some shots from when Doc and Marty are about to travel back to the future with the DeLorean. It's just right outside the mall. All I gotta do is walk inside to see that sign, and it's not too far from where I'm about to go right now. Standing outside the Puente Hills Mall, I'm pretty sure this light pole above me is where Doc Brown would have been parked with the DeLorean, right here in front of me. Now they would have raced around here and disappeared. Puente Hills Mall, where Doc Brown sent Marty back to the future. You can even see these bushes right here. Where Marty would have been running down here and stopped maybe about right here. Where this is here. This barricade would have been the Twin Pines or Lone Pine Mall, and looked this way when he saw Doc get shot by the terrorists. It'd have been right here. The 24-hour fitness right in front of me. I think that was a J.C. Penney's at one point. But it all went down here in this parking lot. Here at a house that's not filmed too often is Mr. Strickland's house from Back to the Future. When Marty comes back to the alternate timeline 1985, it's this house that Mr. Strickland is at when Marty's on the front porch.
Can't be.
Drop it. So you're the son of a bitch who's been stealing my newspapers.
Mr. Strickland!
Now the cool thing about this scene is this is the school where Marty goes and has the school dance. There's a couple scenes filmed at this location, but we can see Marty coming towards us. In the middle of the street, you see the police officers going past the street in front of us to the right in the alternate 1985 timeline. And the guys in the lowrider say, "Hey, Strickland!" It's right on this street right here. Not filmed very often, but this is the location. Walking off to the side here at Whittier High School. This is the scene where Marvin Berry and his band would have been. Marty comes running down right here in front of us.
Hey guys, you gotta get back in there and finish the dance.
Now you can't see it because of the gate here, but this is where the scene would have been. Marty would have ran right down there. Yeah, Marvin Berry and the Starlighters would have had their car parked right around here.
Hey man, look at Marvin's hand. He can't play with his hand like that, and we can't play without him.
Yeah, well, look, Marvin, you gotta play. See, that's where they kiss for the first time on the dance floor, and if there's no music, they can't dance. If they can't dance, they can't kiss. If they can't kiss, they can't fall in love, and I'm history.
Now, the cool thing about this is, this high school, there's a couple filming locations. I'm gonna take you to the other one right out in front. Now, course, it being this late, I'm not going to have access to the high school yards. So here's where the entire scene would have played out in Back to the Future. When George and Biff would have gotten into the fight, would have been kind of right in the middle of the screen here. You would have seen Marty kind of running down these stairs over here, but this is pretty much where all of that played out here. Well, that's going to do it for today, you guys. Out here in front of Whittier High School, better known as Hill Valley High. And I'm just glad I was able to get out and do these locations today, and mix and mingle with a couple of the Back to the Future fans that I ran into today as well. I didn't get to visit all the locations, but just getting a few of them down just so I could document this day was fun for me. I've been out here in California for about 7 years, and this is the first time I've actually been able to vlog about it. Even though I've been to all the locations and took several pictures, this is the first time I've been able to just get out and take my time. And I do know there's a lot of other locations that I could have visited today, but some of them are kind of hard to access and get into. Like say for instance, the Battle of the Bands. I know that's at a recreational center. I could have went there today, but they have very specific hours. And there's a couple other locations that are kind of hard to get into as well. So you have to just time it just right here in LA. Sometimes there's special days that they have where you can access some of these filming locations. So I definitely plan to visit future locations for Back to the Future in later vlogs that I can possibly get into and see what I can film. But until then, I appreciate you guys stopping by the channel. I know a lot of you guys are stopping by. Please make sure you like and subscribe. It definitely helps out the channel, especially with me, because I love doing filming locations. So just make sure you guys stop by whenever you get a chance. Running down this hill, I was so tired. It was late at night. I think it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I shot this a couple years ago, but I just wanted to throw it in on the video for fun. And this was shot on the backlot tour last year. This is the first time I actually got to see it up close and personal, so that was a cool experience.